Project Timothy is a Vineyard Youth Leadership Boot Camp, they call it, and basically what they do is you have 3 different years, and what they do is they just train you on how to be a leader in your church and in your youth group, and the end goal is to ultimately prepare you to lead your youth group or small groups or just different things within the church.
I went to Project Timothy to really grow my leadership in the church and just get closer with God.
I've been told by a lot of people that they see leadership in me and that I am going to be a leader. And I was also told by God to go, so.
A typical day looked like we'd get up and go in our van leaving from our host homes to go to the church and eat breakfast. And we'd have a Jesus time for around 30 minutes.
We'd have classes every day. There are first years and second years and third years, and different years would go to different classes because based on their equippedness.
And then also there would be, for the second and third year students, there's these things called tracks, and basically what that is that just allows you to focus on one specific area of ministry. There's worship, teaching, and missions, and I decided to do missions, so then we would do that in the afternoon. And then usually for a few hours before dinner we would have a certain activity, so one day we went to Sky Zone or different parks or campsites.
And then dinner, and then we had our sermon during the night and a night of worship.
Every night at worship was really great. It was really eye-opening, I think, just being able to just be free and really experience God's presence.
I learned a lot. I learned some good leadership qualities. I learned that God has a very good sense of humor.
My main takeaway was that leaders don't always have to be perfect, but the main trait of what makes a good leader is perseverance. So when things don't go right, how do you respond to that, and how do you get back up from that? And that's just what I really learned, that just even though what God calls us to do isn't always fun or easy, that it's what's best for us, so we just gotta fight through it and persevere through it.
Well, every class it was learning something new. Whether it was how to read the Bible, how your actions affect other people, just putting others first, really. That really gave me some ideas on how to act, especially at school. Especially since I'm going to be a senior, I affect people and they look up to me.
A bunch of people gathered around me and started praying for me, and in the middle of it I started speaking in tongues.
The preacher had been preaching on the Holy Spirit, and then during the ministry time he came over and he prayed that the Holy Spirit would fall on me, and I felt like I wanted to sit down, but not like I was being forced to, but I kind of stepped back and then stood back up because I didn't want to fall. But then I didn't realize that the chairs were so close behind me, and he said I could sit down, so I did, and then I slowly just started falling, and I just felt very light, and my right hand was shaking, and I felt that God was telling me to do some prophetic art with my right hand, which I'm left-handed, so I did, and it turned out really good.
I really just think he showed up. He was just there all the time. You could always feel his presence, and that was really cool because sometimes you'll feel him in a class, or you feel like you'll just feel him in the sermon that night. But even in your free time and your lunchtime, you always felt his presence, and that was really cool. And every night, the worship was just really good. And so every night, I just, instead of asking God, I want the same experience you gave me the night before, I just really asked God, give me a new experience. I want a new experience of you. So that was really cool.